talk about the mute and the unmute function. When we want you to be engaged and be able to speak, we'd love to hear you, but there are times where you might have to mute yourself.
Hey, could you guys just keep it down a little bit? Because I'm so sorry. I'm gonna mute.
This is a great example of how to use the mute function. Thank you so much, Christina.
While we're on this webinar, if at any time you feel the need to turn off your camera, please do so. We understand.
One feature that's really important is going to be our chat box. We're going to be checking it frequently, so please feel free to use it and add to it as needed. As awkward as it is, we also use hand signals when we're using Zoom. So if you're not able to access the reactions or able to raise your hand, go ahead and try it like this. Or if you're in agreement and you're able to hear somebody, just give a thumbs up. So at times, we'll ask you to go into small groups using this feature called the breakout room. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and send you to that room. Sometimes you might get lost and not sent to that room, and you'll be in the main room. Again, this is a great opportunity to use the chat box to let us know any kind of technology issues that you might have. Now, we're going to demonstrate what going into a breakout room looks like. At this point, you've been invited to join a breakout room. You'll have to click join, and I'll see you later. Let's talk about netiquette. Netiquette is really just looking at the fact that we are still online, but we're all still human. So just make sure that you would interact in this way the same way that you would in a normal course or a workshop with anybody else in person.
Because it's difficult for multiple people to speak at the same time, and there's a lot of lag that might be happening through Zoom, you should give the people on the other end of the screen a little extra time to respond to you versus an in-person conversation.
Remember is that the chat box is viewed by everybody, so make sure that you're being appropriate and sensitive to the needs of everyone who's participating in this workshop.
While being on Zoom, remind your family members, if you have anybody who could interrupt, to be appropriately dressed, because they will be seen in the background if they walk into the room. So just for anybody in your household to know that you will be seen by several other people.
So before you were able to log in to Zoom, you were in a waiting room. We've done that to protect everyone from something called Zoom bombing, where people were randomly typing in meeting IDs, trying to get into Zoom rooms to disrupt the activities that were going on in those meetings.
So when we are on Zoom calls, especially when they get longer, because of the little lag time that was shared earlier, and because we're interacting on a computer, not with a real person, our brains get tired. They're trying to fill in all the little gaps all the time to make it a real person. And so just be mindful that it is exhausting beyond what it would be in normal interaction, and then you're learning something on top of it. So it's not just being interacting on a computer, you're also trying to take in information. So be kind to yourself and understand that this is a different way of learning.